We live in a world where being useful to everyone is celebrated. We're told that if we can be useful to lots of different people, then our lives will be fulfilled. But the truth is the opposite. And today I'm going to show you why. I've struggled my entire life with being too much of a people pleaser and doing too much for other people. My anxiety has always been triggered by worrying about what other people think of me or worrying about letting them down. This was a massive problem for me because it stopped me from living the life I wanted to live and being the person I wanted to be. I spent years trying to fix myself. I read self-help books, I listened to podcasts, I went to therapy, I did all the work. And now, I'm on the other side. I've managed to turn my life around, become more assertive, and stop caring so much about what other people think of me. And one of the biggest things that helped me do this was understanding when you're being useful to other people. It comes at a cost. And there are 3 main costs you need to look out for. The first cost of being too useful is that it leads to us experiencing high levels of stress and anxiety. Now, if you're someone who finds it hard to say no to other people, and you end up agreeing to every single thing they ask you to do, you are essentially adding extra stress into your life. You only have a certain amount of time in a day and a certain amount of energy in a week. And if we spend all of that helping other people or doing things we don't want to do simply because we don't want to upset them, then we're not leaving any time or energy for ourselves. This means we end up feeling exhausted, resentful, and anxious. We're constantly letting ourselves down, and we feel like we're not good enough. If you find yourself in this situation, you need to start saying no to other people. You need to start looking out for yourself and making sure you make time for the things you want to do and the people you want to see. It's okay to put your own needs first sometimes, and it shouldn't make you feel guilty. When you do this, you'll notice your stress and anxiety levels drop, because you won't be feeling so guilty about letting other people down all the time. The second cost of being too useful is that it kills your confidence. Now, if you're always putting other people's needs before your own and never standing up for yourself, you're sending the message to the world that you're not worth prioritizing. And when you don't prioritize yourself, you start to believe that you're not important. This kills your confidence and makes you feel like you're less than other people. You might start to believe that you deserve to be treated badly, or that you're not capable of achieving your goals. This can have a knock-on effect on every other area of your life. So it's important to start prioritizing yourself and standing up for yourself. Make a list of your values and what you want out of life. Set some goals and work towards them. Believe in yourself and your abilities. And don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. When you start doing these things, you'll notice your confidence grow, and you'll start to feel like you deserve to be happy. The third and final cost of being too useful is that it stops you from building meaningful relationships. Now, if you're always trying to please other people and make them happy, you're not giving them the opportunity to get to know the real you. People want to be with other people who they connect with on an emotional level, not someone who they feel like is putting on a show. If you're always trying to be someone you're not allowing others to build genuine connections with you. This means you're always going to be on the outside looking in, never really feeling like you belong or are accepted. If you want to build meaningful relationships, you need to be authentic, honest, and vulnerable with the people in your life. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't be afraid to let people see your flaws. When you do this, you'll attract the right kind of people into your life. People who appreciate you for who you are. So those are the 3 costs of being too useful. Now, I want to give you a few tips on how you can stop being too useful. Your first tip is to start saying no. This is probably the most important thing you can do if you want to stop being too useful. It's okay to say no to people, and it doesn't make you a bad person. In fact, it makes you a strong person who knows their worth. The next tip is to start prioritizing yourself. You need to start putting your own needs first sometimes, and making sure you make time for the things that are important to you. The third tip is to stop caring what other people think of you. This is easier said than done, but it's important to remember that other people's opinions of you are not fact. They're subjective and based on their own biases and experiences. The fourth tip is to be assertive. Assertiveness is key to stopping being too useful. You need to be able to stand up for yourself and make your needs known to other people. The fifth tip is to set boundaries. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships. They help you define where you end and other people begin. By setting boundaries, you're able to protect your own needs and make sure you're not being taken advantage of. And the sixth and final tip is to practice self-care. Self-care is essential for everyone, but it's especially important if you're someone who struggles with being too useful. Self-care is about taking the time to do things that help you relax and recharge. It could involve taking a hot bath, going for a walk, or simply spending time alone. Being too useful can be a problem if you're not careful. It can lead to stress, anxiety, low self-confidence, and a lack of meaningful relationships. But there are things you can do to stop being too useful and start living a happier, more fulfilling life. Say no to people. Prioritize yourself. Stop caring what other people think of you. Be assertive, set boundaries, and practice self-care. And finally, I want to leave you with one last thought. Being useful isn't always a bad thing. There's a difference between being too useful and being helpful. We all want to be helpful people, but we need to be careful not to cross the line into being too helpful. If you want to be helpful, ask yourself, does this person really need my help, or do they just want it? Am I being taken advantage of? And am I doing this because I genuinely want to help, or because I feel like I have to? When you ask yourself these questions, you will be able to decide whether or not you should be helpful, or if it is time to say no. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Have a great day.